Well, welcome all my friends and family and subscribers to this episode of Liberty Creek. This episode, it is October 28th and it's Friday. Now, this is something I don't usually do, is we drove up on a Friday night. When it gets dark so early, I usually try to stay away from that because there is no lights on these roads up in Vermont, especially where we're at. And it's just windy, twisty roads and in the pitch dark. And after a long day, I don't want to do 2 hours of driving and then the last leg of it is just pitch black. And I stopped doing it. But it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow. So I told Jen, let's get up there Friday night, unpack, get ready to hit the day hard tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be out in the yard, finally taking care of the leaves, cutting the grass one last time, and just getting the place ready for winter. And we did bring up a couple things. Last time we were up here, Jennifer was talking about the kitchen table. The kitchen table, because she added her little cabinet that you saw me assemble last time. It was tight. It was tight. And she was saying it's usually just Jen and I, and Pops comes up to the cabin. And the size of the kitchen table we had up here was a large kitchen table. It even had a bench seating. And we don't really need that much. And we do have the kitchen island if we had more people over. So on the way home, Jennifer went on Marketplace and she found a little table. Check it out. So there's our little table we got off of Marketplace, $50. This is a hefty table. This is a real nice piece of it's like butcher block. Thick, the legs are nice and thick, a pedestal, and it definitely was more than $50 when it was new. It's got some age on it. It's not brand new, but the guy wanted $50. He said, meet me down at the Sunoco station. I said, oh, that's weird. All right, the guy's probably scared of strangers coming to his house. I go over to Sunoco Station. Sunoco Station's been abandoned for years. There's a bunch of junk all throughout the parking lot. And this guy's in a little truck on the side, a little trailer, and this table is buried inside a trailer. He must go to flea markets and stuff, unload the trailer and try to sell all the stuff. And so he dug it out for me. I threw it in the back of the truck, and can't go wrong. We love it. The table that we had here as well, I don't know if you remember that episode a couple years back, I found on Marketplace. I got it for $100. Came with the bench, 4 chairs in the table. I'm taking that table home and it's going to replace our kitchen table at our house. I redid all the chairs and I redid the bench and the table itself when I first got it. And we really like that kitchen table. The problem is, this is so much better. Just look at all the space. And what's cool about this, it has the corner drops, so the corner of the tables can drop down and it just becomes one real thin table. But we'll probably just keep it open like this because it is small. It's a little footprint in the kitchen. Or if we want to make it a little bit smaller, we'll just collapse one side, push it up against, and maybe put one of the chairs to the side. So we're kind of excited about that just because how open the kitchen looks now. Eventually, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get myself a deck box or something to put all our boots in. And I have a bunch of boots in the closet in there for mud season. So it'll be good to get that out of here as well. I want to give a shout out to Jen and Jay and Jen. Go check out their channel. Their channel is awesome. I don't know if they do it full time or not, or they're living up at their cabin full time, but their channel is great. And they watch my channel from time to time. We go back and forth. I've been watching their channel since they begun. I think they started their channel maybe a little after mine. And he has a lot of great content on there. Go check him out. But I'm giving a shout out because I was watching one of his episodes, and now that I have solar and I'm trying to really cut back, right now generator's running. I'll tell you about that in a second, is the coffee pot. I noticed when I pop my Mr. Coffee Mr. Coffee on in the morning, it really pulls the energy. And then to keep it hot, you know, the hot plate keeps kicking on and keeps drawing the energy. Even with the generator, you can hear it go revving up high. So what I did, I was watching one of his episodes, and he said how he handles his coffee in the morning. Basically, he got something similar to this. So this is a coffee maker, but there's no hot plate. This is like a thermos, and it keeps the coffee hot for several hours, and you don't have to worry about the hot plate keep kicking on. Especially me, I'll leave it going for about an hour or two. So all morning you just keep pulling the juice. So we're going to give this a try tomorrow morning. I'm excited about that because it'd be nice. Run it one time, let it brew, and then it sits in the thermos, and I don't have to quickly try to drink all the coffee or shut it off, and then it's cold. So I'm excited about using this. This is pretty cool. Jennifer found it on Amazon, I believe, and go give that a try. What else? I did get a bunch of pine for the ceiling. Yes, we will be tackling that. I probably won't bore you with too much of that because I know last like 3 episodes you saw me hanging all the pine on the ceiling. I ran out of pine, as you could tell. I definitely have enough to finish. Hopefully everything goes as planned. I'll start throwing that up tomorrow, and I might even start tackling the back eave area there, and eventually I'll get around to doing this one. But that's the plan. Also, Jennifer did find like a little entertainment center for up there for the little television she bought. I'm gonna go up there now, start messing around with that, throw that together so you could put the TV on it. I did bring one of my antennas, like an attic antenna. I'm gonna throw it up in the attic, see if I could get just local channels for that television up there. So that's what you're going to be seeing on this episode. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Let's get into it. So I'm up in the loft. Let's see how long it takes me to assemble this. Maybe I'll finish it tonight, maybe not. I'll let you watch me for maybe 30 seconds putting it together, and I'll show you the product after it's all assembled. Now we're trying to find something small so it'll fit the television. See how I have it on the Starlink box now? I'll get rid of the Starlink box, and this is the product, just in case anybody's interested. Say, hey, that's pretty neat. Hey, to my knowledge, I think this is supposed to be a floating shelf. All right, so I'm up, I'm ready to go, about to go out, start hitting the yard. It's beautiful outside. I already had 2 cups of coffee in the new coffee maker, and it works great. Jen just had a cup after maybe about an hour after it brewed, and it's still hot. So thanks again, Jay and Jen. Excellent suggestion. Yeah, let me get outside, get to it, and we'll get going. I sat outside here and had 2 cups of coffee. Oh, so beautiful. It's so nice outside. It's definitely in its mid-60s. It's kind of almost warm. It's weird. Look at this. I know I have to move that ugly thing there, but by the time you watch this video, it's going to be closing into Veterans Day. Say happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service. Also, while we're on the topic, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, hit notification bell, do all those good things for me. Try to say it earlier in my videos, then more of you do it. Appreciate everybody. Thank you. All right, let's open the shed, get the lawnmower out, because we got a lot of leaves. mulch up, blow into the forest here. Start cleaning up probably the garden too. Whoa, I don't even know that shit was recording. I hope so. I don't know. Unbelievable. But anyway, we just got done. We're like mulching the leaves in some spots. Big spots I really need to be cleared is like this right here. Because if I use the snow blower, this has to be clear. If I got a bunch of wet leaves and the snow blower starts trying to eat them, problems, always problems. And then also there's a lot of drainage in my driveway, so if I don't get the drainage ditches out, clean them out, the one behind the flagpole, all that, and we have a lot of rain in October, November, even December before it really starts snowing, it's going to flood because all the drains are clogged and all the runoffs are clogged with leaves. So that's what today's project is. We probably won't revisit any leaf cleanup. We only did it today, first time of the year. Last trim of the grass, and then we prepare for snow. And I'll tell you what, in a month from now, I could be standing in a foot of snow, and absolutely January, February, I'll be 3 feet. I'll be in 3 feet of snow because we've owned the property almost 5 years, and every year we have gotten 3 feet of buildup at the cabin. I've seen, I think, 1.5 foot fall last year, right at the end of the season. I think it was actually just at the beginning of April, if I remember correctly. I don't know, but it snows up here. It always does. We're not too far from Mount Snow. I wish Jen was a skier. I probably would give it a try. I've never skied a day in my life, but I'd rather just jump on the sled and go down the hill a couple times, snowshoeing, stuff like that. But we're not far. Eventually, maybe we'll get some snow sleds, and we'll go. We're right on our street is the entrance to the course, which I forgot what it's called right now. The one that runs all the way through over here. If you have a snowmobile, you jump on it and you can go. So let me stop yapping. I don't know if you just saw us cut the grass. I might have not hit record, but let me start. I gotta start to trim up a little bit, and we'll call this done, and we'll head inside and we'll start with that ceiling. Let's get that ceiling done already. Let's start the ceiling. This is what I got from the store the other day. That should be plenty to finish the ceiling and to start the sides. And then I'm done. Yes. I don't know how much I'll get done today. I'm hoping just to finish the ceiling. I think the peaks will be easy. I could do them anytime. Might get one of them done today. I don't know. Jen's up in the loft waiting for me. We're starting with a full sheet. One good thing, and if anybody's doing pine and tongue and groove in their cabins or whatever, they sell pine like this. I wasted a bunch of money on the pine that I bought. Pine that I bought has a design on the back, like a beadboard, And we didn't use the beadboard side, so we should not have purchased that type. But when I went to make a bulk purchase, they only had one type available, and it was like $7 something a board, close to $10 a board. No, it was close to $10 a board. Okay, so I go over to Lowe's and I found those without the beadboard pinstripe on them. And since we're not using that side, they're like $6 something, right? Almost $7. So I probably blew like $300-400 on a side that no one will ever see. It was a waste. So lesson learned. I know better because I have purchased the other. I don't know if I was looking for convenience. I have no idea. But here we go. That's behind us. Mistake is made. Everyone that does a project will make costly mistakes. And me being as cheap as I am, I'm surprised I did it. But it happened. So let's get to work. I'll set you up in the corner and we'll go from there. Jen's got TV running in the background because she wants to hear some background noise. And she is watching The Fog, the 1980 version or something. I watched The Fog, the Stephen King one. That was good. Shitty ending. I think there's an alternate ending as well. All right, so let's see how much we get done. Let's go. All right, folks, so it's 3:30 and Jen and I are calling it quits on the ceiling. We were so close, so close. Let me show you what we got going on here. You see this? Look at that strip down the ceiling. Oh boy. So it runs all the way down. It's a like a 9-inch hole. Here's the issue. We were putting up the other side and the other side will go up, but then when you try to put on the last row, you're going to have to rip down that last row to like a 3-inch strip. I don't want that. That would look stupid. You'll have all these strips all the same size, and you'll have this one on the very top. So what I figured out somewhere around, I think it was 4 3/4. If I rip both sides down 4 3/4, that's just basically taking the tongue off, leaving the groove on, putting the groove on, and then putting it together. It will actually come to a peak, and I might not even need molding on it. It looks good. I tested it out. Let me show you here. Let me set you up. Hang on. Front screen. There you go. All right, so see Jen up there spying on me. So basically, you have, this is for demonstration purposes only. Basically, these will fit in the remaining tongues, and they're going to actually be almost perfectly sitting like that. And they're both the same size, so you're not gonna notice one roll of boards ripped down to a ridiculous smaller size. So this will work perfectly. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I knew something was going to happen. We thought it would not reach, and we'll have a little gap, and then we would run some molding. But in this case, basically this a little bit longer, a normal piece, and this we would have to shorten, and it would have been like, it would have looked like that when you looked up on the ceiling. And I thought that would be stupid. So me and Jen took down the pieces that we had up, and I did some math and went out there and ripped them down to size. We went up there, we tried it, worked perfect, looks great. The only problem is, you guessed it, folks, I took home my table saw maybe about 2 months ago for a project, and I never did the project, and now my table saw is at home. I don't have any of my other saws, my circular saws, all that stuff I left at home because I didn't think I was going to need it. And it would work best on a table saw anyway. You get the best cut. So we're going to time out. Next time we come up, we'll finish that center strip. But I'm going to call this this pretty much done. You know, it is going to get done, folks. So no more ugly installation. Jen and I took a ride to Twice Blessed. Jen, what you find so far?
Another piece of the Sonoma Lodge thing. I'm trying to collect little pieces.
She's got quite a few already. eBay, very expensive. I think TJ Maxx?
No, well, it was Kohl's.
It was Kohl's. Kohl's had them. All right, folks. So Jen and I took a little ride to Twice Blessed, and it's not far from Mount Snow over here in Dover. We're heading back to the cabin now. As you can see, all the trees are now leafless. Anyhow, heading back. Go ahead, relax the rest of our trip up here. I don't think we have anything else to do. I built the entertainment center. We put the wood on the ceiling as far and as much as we could do. Took a ride to Twice Blessed. Now it's time to head back. And I'll probably kick the generator over. I really want to leave the batteries at 100% tomorrow morning. Last time I did not. And but one good thing is the batteries did not fail at all. It lasted all week, but they were getting down. They were really getting down. When we got up there Friday night, I don't know if it would have lasted through another day of overcast, because we didn't get much sun today. So solar panels, still trying to figure them out. I might invest in better panels eventually, but right now this is what we got. So we'll see you back at the camera. Oh. So we'll see you back at the cabin. So I started a little fire outside. It's going pretty good, actually. Burning a couple boxes. It's getting a little windy, so I have a lot of boxes to burn. I can't really burn them today. Yeah, I'm gonna take a walk real quick down to the creek. Let's go check it out, see how it's flowing. Got my old kitchen table out there. We're bringing that home. I'm gonna put it in my kitchen at home. I see one of the range targets, cardboard, is blowing away right over here. Maybe I'll throw that in the fire. I got to build some new frames. You see that frame has been through hell. I have some frames for the other stands. I have a couple stands. This is all be smoky because it's all wet, but I'm gonna try to throw it in. Maybe I'll put it near the fire, dry it out. Oh boy. Sneaking around. All right, we're gonna take a walk real quick down and come back. So that's not flying out. I get the generator going. Generator's going. Top off the batteries. I definitely want to leave the generator run for a little bit so I can get the batteries up. So tomorrow morning, when I turn the generator on and I really top them off and I leave, they are at 100%. So I can see exactly how long these things will last me. If I'm not up here for 2 weeks, well, all depends, I guess, on the solar, but Some of my viewers love it when I take walks around the property, go look at the creek. I'll get comments. Some people, they don't like it. Well, you know what? I can't please everybody. But this just shows you what we do up here. And you know, this is my cut through over here. There it is. Quick shortcut to the creek. I'm not going all the way down. It's probably muddy. I love the creek. I love coming down to the creek. Yeah, it's getting darker and darker, earlier and earlier. Well, wow, that's nice. Creek is actually pretty deep right now. Yesterday, the coyotes were out. They were everywhere yesterday. We could hear them. They were out there crying. Jennifer was scared. She fell asleep on the lazy boy, and I hear the coyotes. And I say, Jen. She wakes up. I said, lower that. And so she lowered down the television, and you could hear them. Sound like they were in the yard. So at that point, she's saying, "What is that?" So I told her, "They're coyotes." And when I was in the Marine Corps, I had a Marine that never heard what a coyote sounds like, and he said to us, we were out in the desert, and he's like, "Oh my God, what is that? It sounds like children screaming. Children are crying." And so we used to call them Candia's children when we heard them say, "Hey, Candia, your children are crying." Yeah, so they were out yesterday, and Jennifer was scared because I had to go out and shut off the generator because I was topping off the batteries. I'm just testing everything. Say, "Oh, don't go outside. The coyotes are out there." And I say, "Oh, they're not here to see me." Yeah, it is so nice up here, I'll tell you. It is so nice. I mean, a week ago we were freezing, it was cold, and now it's just like, it's weird. Today was like warm, but I don't know. But it is nice. Take a look. I get rid of that ugly generator shed. I'll be moving it off to the side so you can't see that. Probably should have done that today. Also, I need to put a coat of paint on it. Jennifer's in the house. She's making sausage and peppers today. I don't know if she's making it outside in the outdoor kitchen or inside, but I know she's making garlic knots too. All right, let me tend to my fire here. Hopefully I can burn this. Well, folks, we're getting ready to pack up and go home, and of course it's raining. Yeah, I woke up this morning around 6:30. That's sleeping in for me. Whew, way past my normal time. I wake up at 4:40 every single morning during the week. So it was nice to sleep in a little bit. Woke up, Jen made me breakfast, had some coffee, sat around, just relaxed. It was definitely chilly out here this morning. We had to turn the heat on in the cabin. Yeah, so just, I guess I'll have to drive home in the rain. I don't have anything to cover the table with, but I got to take that out of here today. So that's coming home. He'll dry out in the shop. Yeah, that's what's going on. I see my neighbor. Let me shoot this again. Let me see. Let me get my American flag flying. There we go. All right. All right, folks, guess what? It's raining again. It is Sunday around 10ish. We're starting to pack up to go home, and I have to take home this kitchen table and the bench and the ladder and some cardboard boxes. So it's going to get wet on the way home. He'll dry out in the shop, and but it's always raining. I can't wait for it to stop raining. But anyway, folks, I want to thank everyone once again for joining me on another weekend up at Liberty Creek. This is what we do. And next time, hopefully finish up that ceiling 100%, buckle it up, and I'll start working on the ends and then the floor, and then the cabin is 100% completed. I will have to do some molding around the fireplace and stuff like that, but that'll be just a little bit finishing up. But yeah, the cabin build is completed 100% at that point. So it took me about, I don't know, maybe about 4 years, a little bit over 4 years, weekends only, to complete this build. All together, I would say, with buying the property and building the cabin and even the snack shack, I have just about 100 grand into the property. And as I discussed before, you cannot buy a cabin kit, one of these fancy cabin places, or even a house or anything, even a trailer like this for 100 grand or 50 grand. So it was well worth it. I enjoy doing it, and continue along. Next year, probably a shed. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the yearly build video out. I may wait till the spring, so the cabin will be done at that time before I do another walkthrough, and the water will be rehooked up and everything like that, so I could show it for the 4th year of the build. I think that's what we're on. Yeah, I owned the property 5 years, and the build started the year after we bought the property, and we were staying in the RV. So you probably see the next year, the 4-year walkthrough build next year, in springtime. So that being said, thanks for watching, everyone, and give me that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see everyone on the next one. Thanks. Peace.